Good morning, friend. Today I'm going to talk to you about mental health among international students. And friend, I have to make this video because I know most of the students here are suffering from mental health issues at this moment because of the COVID-19 issues and not having a job, stress to pay the fees, and there's a lot of other contributing factors are there, which is making international students really worried about how they're gonna cope with the situation and everything. So what I want to tell you, my friend, what I want to tell you, my friend, this is my suggestion, my advice to all the listeners and all the international students in Australia that studying at the moment. Time is tough, and it will pass away. In Buddhism, it's very good. One thing is that I've learned is very good is that nothing is permanent. This too will pass. This is one of the saying in Buddhist religion, is that there's nothing, no situation is permanent. This too will pass, and the good things will come too soon. And the God will never give anything, any stress or any issues or any pain or anything that you can't handle it. He will give you only those, or he or she will give you only those that you can handle, stress or everything. So let's talk about mental health. What is it? Mental health is your cognitive, that's mean thinking process, behavior, how do you behave with each other, and your emotional well-being. So how emotionally you connect with people and everybody in the society. So a good mental health means like you have a very good connection with the society, very good connection with the community, very good connection with your family, and a very good connection in sharing your very good, very easy to share your problem, stress to your friend, family, and known persons. So, but what happening? What is mental illness? Mental illness is a situation, is a situation, or it's a conditions where people cognitive thinking power get diluted, like they don't have a clear thinking of what to do and what not to do, and their emotional, they are highly impractical about their emotions, how to handle. They don't know, either they are too happy or too sad. So we'll talk about this later. And the behavior changes very dramatically. Like if somebody is suffering to the mental illness, either he will withdraw himself or he will be over engaged just to prove himself wrong that he is not having some kind of issues. So my friend, international student, to all those international students, very important, because most of you or most of us are most of the international students are young, in their in their early 20s or late 20s. So for you it's long way ahead. So it's very important to understand that mental health issues is one of the conditions. I know I belong to a culture where mental health issue is something that you don't talk about to people. It's in our culture, in my culture also, it is very taken or spoken very negatively. If you have a mental health issues, this is, oh, this guy is getting crazy, this guy is getting mad. So but not that situation, okay? This is just a temporary conditions, like other medical conditions, which can be treated. And the beauty of this illness, mental health illness, is that you don't need medicines until unless you reach to a very last stage. So the best thing is to identify as soon as possible. So what I'm going to talk to you to what are the signs of I have just made a PowerPoint which I'm just referring to. So most of the time I will tell you. So what is the mental health illness, how it is easily identified. Sorry for my facial expression. So the long lasting sadness, the sadness will be long lasting, and extremely high and low moods, like either you will be feeling very happy or very sad. So it's a dramatically change, and you can notice in people. So what we are talking about, you have to identify. If not in you, you can identify in you whether you are suffering from mental health illness or somebody else is suffering from mental health illness. So first thing is, they will be sad for a long time, or they will be like very irritable, like very irritated, getting irritated very soon. Second thing is long lasting sadness, as I said, extremely high and low moods. The changes in the mood is very, one is going to the extreme end. And you can, some in the is normal people behave, changes the mood from sad to happy and all those things, but that changes is very smooth transitions. from happy to sad. But if suddenly getting sad and suddenly getting happy, then there's some issue in the mental health. And the second thing, excessive fear. For international students now, some of them might have excessive fear that, oh, I won't be able to pay my fees, oh, I won't be able to make enough money to survive here, oh, I won't be able to get permanent residency. So don't fear, don't take too much fear and anxiety. I'm telling you, for the money reason, nobody in Australia go like leave Australia or get kicked out of Australia because of the money reason. If you are a genuine student, you know what your duties are, you follow the rules and regulation, you will never have stress, never have problem in getting the permanent residency. And social withdrawal, that's one of the extreme occurrence in different culture. In the native Australian culture, we have seen that people get withdrawal. In some of the Indian culture, some of our Indian culture also, people get withdrawal. They don't social withdrawal means they're not going into the social activities. They don't engage with community, and they just wants to stay in home and avoid people, avoid interacting with other people. And this is one of the biggest problem. And when this is the and in technology era, the social withdrawal has become very easy because of TikTok, Facebook, and all those social media that's making the social withdrawal more easy and more comprehensible, like which is more easy to comprehend, more easy to adjust with, and dramatic changes. And one of the important things we have noticed that in the people with the mental illness issues, their food habit changes a lot, their diets plan changes, or they're not looking into healthy food, they're looking more about sugary diets and the diets which are not healthy, junk food. So these are the changes in the habits is also one of the signs that people are suffering from mental health illness. So what I want to tell, what these are the signs, okay? And it's our duty as a community, as a friend, as a family, as a neighbor, as a social individual, that we need to point out or figure it out if somebody is having through the mental health illness. So the long-term mental illness can cause really disturbing mental issues like anxiety, bipolar disorder, and depression, eating disorder. As I said, like schizophrenia is another, the substance abuse. Which one of the important thing is that because of the mental health illness, people go into the substance abuse. When I say either they become taking too much alcohol or go to taking drugs like MDMA and all those kind of stuffs, and because they think that by taking these hallucinative drugs, the mental health issues will be go off. But that's not the case. It's become more and more disturbing. So what to do? The best thing is that self-analysis. It's very important as an international student when you're here to self-analysis. Am I suffering from a mental health illness? How can I know? Do I'm stressed out too much? Do I have a lack of sleep, or do I have a disturbing sleeping patterns? So these are the things that we have to focus. Is my eating habit has gone is different now what I used to be? I'm not looking healthy or happy. So these are the things that will find it out and will give you a clear picture that either you're having a mental health issues. So, and the second things is like there's a lot of different mental health conditions you can have, as I said. So depression, bipolar disorder is one of the serious one, which if the mental health issues is going for a long period, then it can becomes like to a bipolar disorder, or or like depressions and all those things. But what I want to talk about today is like self-analyze, not only to you but also to the persons who is next to you. So but the thing is that sometimes mental illness do cause a long-term brain damage as well. So try not to, when if you see somebody's your friend, suppose I have a friend and he's looked to be very nice and good and all those things, suddenly his behavior and everything has changed. So if I see something like that, so what you have to do is to don't go directly and say, hey, are you having a mental health issue? No, if you're seeing somebody is suffering through some hard time, go and ask them, hi mate, how are you doing and all the stuff, and then ask, can I help you out, or like, do you have you looks a little bit different, is something bothering you, or is that, how was your exam and all the stuff, and ask normal questions, and then try to get into deep and let him come to you explaining if you have any problem or not. Don't push anybody and don't force anybody to believe that he has mental health issues, which is totally wrong and totally not advisable. So I'm talking this all things because I have done a mental health course in my workplace and everywhere. So that's why I'm telling you, don't coerce anybody to accept that he having a mental health issues, okay, which is totally wrong. He might have some family issues and all those things which might be temporary and can go away. So try let him know that, if you have any issues, just you can call me, Matt, you can reach me anytime, I'm available. And did you I was reading an article about a mental health issues. It was very good, Matt. There was a lot of people who can help, and this all help are available for free of cost. So you can tell him indirectly, without directing him towards him, okay, that this is the situation. So to all international students, this is the tough time, because I know there's no jobs at the moment in Western Australia, and I myself was shocked when I saw that only 2,000 jobs are advertised in Western Australia. And trust me, I always used to have more than I always, whenever I've looked 3-4 years ago, it was always more than 10,000 jobs advertised at any time in Western Australia. So the time is tough. Businesses will be doing tough, and will be doing tough, because we are not going to get back to normalcy very soon. So the challenges here is to how to support international students, especially because I'm sharing this view today because I was also one time an international student. So I came here as an international student with no one that I know here, simply no one. I didn't know a single person in Western Australia, and I didn't have that much money when I arrived here. So the life was pretty hard, but luckily we have too much, and that was not a good time to arrive as well, because 2008 it was a recession time, and we have to suffer through the recession. But although in Western Australia we didn't have that much struggle, and we were able to make our journey from student to residency quite smooth and without too much hassles. But I know today, because the university fee has gone up, skyrocketing, the living cost is skyrocketing, the jobs are not there that used to be, okay, and also the support and the flexibility that we used to get from the people, from the government departments, totally that's not available. Department of Immigration used to be very helpful. I remember I have been there for so many times. Very, very helpful. They will be there to listen to you, talk to you, and human to human interaction, which was good, because sometimes they were able to relieve our stress, to relieve our mental health, because we can know, okay, we have any struggle, we can go and talk to somebody who have the mental who are there to help us, to listen to us. But unfortunately, at this stage, at this time I'm talking, there's no one to talk. When you go to the immigration department in Western Australia at West Perth office, and they will just okay, you need anything, just check this piece of paper, call this number, or go and download this form. So that facilities, that opportunity, that privilege that we used to have in Western Australia is not anymore. Situation has changed a lot because of the cost cutting and the government mismanagement, and there's a lot of different issues. So we're not going to talk about all those issues on this video. We just want to talk about mental health issue in international student. I have seen from the last 6 months that a lot of communities are coming up and helping. We are distributing foods, we are distributing this ration kits and all those stuff to international students. Is totally useless. To me, it's totally useless. Although for some might find benefit, but I don't know any students, international students, that they don't have have struggling to eat, or struggling to they are struggling to pay rents. I can understand that they're struggling to pay the fees, I can understand. But that's the beauty of international student culture here, that we share a house, and as a result we strongly bond together with people that we don't even known before. And as a result, this there is little bit of community supports, and we do have that beauty of the cultural support here. But yeah, the fees structure, the fees issue will gonna stress out, especially then. So if somebody has no backup back home or have a responsibility back home. So to all my international student friend, my advice to you: don't stress. Okay, don't catch up with this mental health illness or issues or cycle. This is very bad. Keep, every month and two, try to analyze yourself. Are you having struggle? Are you struggling to get a sleep? Are you struggling to communicate with people, or struggling? Are you socially withdrawal? Are you struggling to concentrate on your studies? And this, if this problem started going for a long, then definitely you need to call, you need to ask for help. Don't shy away to ask help. I know in our culture it says, oh, we can't go and ask for help for mental health. It's totally ridiculous. It's your health. If you need a help, you go and ask for it. Nobody else gonna come and help you out. Okay, this is Australia, my friend. Okay, there's a lot of organizations work in the mental health sector. Okay, you just have to Google it. Okay, just Google it, and trust me, there's thousands of organizations are working for it. Okay, and if not, I'm always available here. Just leave your number at my video, and in comment section, and I will definitely give you a call ASAP, as soon as possible. Because for this kind of issues, I never stopped. I always go forward and help. So any kind of issues you're having regarding food or anything, food, accommodation or anything in Western Australia, Perth City, feel free to leave a comments and leave your number, and I will contact you. And it's always will be in confidentiality, and there will be no sharing or there's nothing, because that's not what my motive is. My motive is to educate you, to inform you, and to let you know that the people are there who can help you out. Okay, so what is the normal things, like what we do if we have a mental health issue? So that's the thing. The problem is that you will be having study depression, anxiety, bipolar, changes in moods, getting depressed, sleeping, bad sleeping patterns, bad food habits, and getting beds, getting for sugary diets and all the stuff. These are the problems. But what I'm going to talk about here is the solution, because problem is always there. Then I need to give you a solution as well. The first solution is that don't get stressed because you are unable to pay fees. Okay, if you are unable to pay your fees, go to the university, talk to them, and inform them about your situations. Okay, if you are a full-time student and there is a load of four units per semester, but you can change it. You can change it to 2 units as well, or 3 units. Okay, under exceptional circumstances they can do it. You have to go and meet your student advisor in your university. Ask them that you have a financial problem, you have a mental problem. Okay, this financial problem leading to your mental issues, and you can't cope up with the 4 units this semester. So they might ask you a medical certificate. Okay, that's no problem. You can go and get a medical certificate, give it to them. What they're gonna do, they're gonna reduce your 4 units load to 2 units, and they might ask you to do 1 summer units as well. So that's what you can do. Either you can do 3 units in 1 semester and then take 1 units in the summer or winter session, or you can do 2 units and 2 units in the summer or winter session. So, but the thing is that what I want to emphasize here is that the options are there. If you can't pay that $12,000 fees per semester, you can change it to 2 units or 3 units. Okay, and second thing is that most problem is that, okay, in most of the university do also have the medical facilities in house, which is free of cost, or which is covered under your medical card or medical insurance as well. So if you have any issues, go and get a check, go and get an appointment to do a checkup. It's okay. Always do that. If you feel anything, if you're not feeling sick, if you're feeling sick, you are feeling stressed out or anything, go and see the doctors at the university. All the university have it. Okay, go and look for it. So this was your financial and study load. Okay, so there's also, if you have too much study load, okay, don't stress. Okay, you don't, it's always too good to have a high distinction or distinction. That's what we all should be aiming for. But sometimes you have to understand your capability as well, because you are in a different situation. Okay, you are in a stressful situation. Back home it's a different. When you don't have to pay rents, you don't have to worry about the foods, you don't have to worry about the living expenses, then you can focus and you can target distinction, high distinction. But here you have to look for everything. Okay, so you know that I have to get distinction, I have to get a high distinction, that should not be your priority. Okay, if you get a credit or pass, that's also okay. If having a credit and pass without, if you get a high distinction and distinction and you come out with from the university with severe mental health issues, then what is the point of that high distinction? No point of it. So what I'm saying is that if by getting credit or pass save you from getting into mental health, do go for it. This is my advice. Okay, you're free to take or not, it's up to you. And mostly the reason why I'm saying that in the last 10 years in Western Australia, I have seen nobody sees your degree, mate. Nobody asks to see your transcript. Okay, they might ask you to see your completion letters, your certificates, like you have completed this degree, but none of them ask you to show your transcript to see whether you got high distinction or distinction. So that's one of the thing. So don't stress about your fees, don't stress about your scores, your transcripts or all the stuff. And the third thing, you might have a problem with food. Okay, there's a lot of communities are there. I personally believe that there's no problem with, there's no one is suffering from the food or anything, but if you do, there's a lot of university, there's a lot of community organization that's helping. Not only that, just Google it, the food, the free food services provider here, and you will see Salvos. I think they also do. There's a Red Cross also there. They also do a lot of food distribution and everything. You just need to find or contact one of those people, and they will help you out. Okay. Accommodation, I don't think so. If you have accommodation, leave a comments here. And there's a lot of rentals on the Gumtree you can find share accommodations. And like in Perth City you have Cannington, Thornley, Gosnells. And north of the river also you have a lot of Bamley, a lot of Indian communities living a lot. If you have a problem, just come to these places, talk to anybody. Go to Gurdwara, go to the Sikh Gurdwara, go to the Indian temple, and talk to the people over there, whoever the in charge over there. You say that, okay, this is my problem, I have a accommodation problem or anything, you will get the help. If not, leave a number over here under my video, and I will help you out. Okay, so accommodation problem will never happen here. So, okay, so don't worry about accommodation problem. Food accommodation is gone. Okay, so yes, the other thing which you might be stressful about your job situation. So trust me, my friend, everyone is suffering. It's not about student only problem, it's problem about all over the Australia. Okay, and Australia has gone into this cycle because we don't have manufacturing. Okay, only the industry that was more employable was the hospitality sector, the hotel industry, restaurant industry, fast food industry. So that was the only industry that was helping all over Australia, because this is mining is not main thing. Mining might get the government royalty, but mining is not the place where the jobs are created. Okay, only in the construction phase of mines the jobs will be around 10,000 people or might be working there, but after the production cycles in any mine site there will be less than 2,000 people working, hardly maximum 5,000 people working, not more than 5,000 people. And out of those 5,000 people, most of them will be overseas, like on the 485 visa or something like that. This comes from the overseas, and the work and go. So there's a different situation. Most of them interstates also. So, and most of them from the international community, international countries also. So mining does help in getting the royalty, but mining doesn't help in employment. So the only sector was employment is the hotel industry and hospitality industry, which is really struggling now because of the COVID-19 issue. So everybody is struggling, and I can understand there's a big problem going on at this moment because international student and temporary visa holders doesn't qualify for any government help. Although go to the website of ATO, there's always a lot of information so there. Go to the websites of ASIC, go to the website of Small Business Industry Development Corporation, go to the website of or contact the education minister. Go to the look for the education ministers of Western Australia or the member of parliament of your area. Send them an email and explain your situations and tell him that okay, I'm having this kind of problem. They will help you out, or they will direct you to the right person. Okay, job situation is for everybody, and this will stay for a few more months. Okay, so take it in this way, that don't stress that you don't have a job. So most of the people don't have the jobs. Okay, so the best thing I can advise you at this time is to access your super if possible. I'm not advising you on behalf of, I'm not a professional person on supervision, or I'm a supervision, like I'm not certified or qualified to give you advice on super fund. Okay, I'm just giving an advice to avoid the mental health issue if you have due to the financial crisis. The government has a lot of informations are available on the free media, on the free unclassified platform like Google and YouTube websites. From that's what I'm giving you is from there only. Okay, so access your ATO through the ATO, through the MyGov. I don't know you can access a MyGov or not, but through the ATO you can access your super. 10,000 you can withdraw this year by the end of June, 30th June, and another 10,000 you can withdraw next year before September. So what I'm saying is that by doing this, if it can help you to ease your financial stress, go for it. If I would have been in that place, I will do it. Definitely I will do it. I know a couple of my friends in temporary visa holders, they are doing it. So my friend, man, don't take mental health issue lightly. It's a very very serious issue, and what I have seen, most of the people will suffer in Western countries, whether you're Indians or Americans or Brazilians or Sri Lankans or Bangladesh, it doesn't matter. Most of the people will have a mental health issue certain point of time in their life. Okay, so it's non-avoidable. Okay, but sometimes you will be easily will, if you are among with the family community, it will be easy to cope up. Sometimes it will be hard, but what I want to emphasize is that it's a temporary. We should not make it as permanent. Okay, so all international students, it's my advice to you, don't stress. This too will pass. Nothing is permanent. COVID-19 will go away, as well as this financial stress. Okay, so if you have any issues or any concern, leave your number in the link or leave a comment and I will answer your all queries. Okay, so understand, again I'm telling you, mental health issue, what it is, it's your behavioral changes, it's your behavior, it's your emotional well-being, or it's your cognitive, your thinking process. Okay, if three of these are affected, you need to self-analyze. Okay, and if you find these signs of wrong eating patterns, wrong sleeping patterns, wrong diets, like getting eating junk food and all those things, and your changes of moods, happy to sad and this kind of angry. So this kind, if you have the bipolar disorder kind of symptoms, if you're still looking at depressions, social withdrawal, if you find these kind of things, then you definitely need a help. Okay, either you can go to a clinical help like psychiatrist and everything, or you can talk to a lot of organization available here to talk. Just Google it and talk to them. Most of the conversations are kept private, confidential, so you don't have to be, you will be not portrayed in front of the community, or this person has got emotional health. I know in Indian culture or in most of the South Asian cultures, we don't regard going to or asking help for the mental health issues, which is totally wrong. Okay, this is what we should treat mental health illness as also similarly like a fever. Okay, we go to the doctor, get the medicine, and get treated. Even if we can go to the pharmacist and ask for the medicines and we get and treat that illness. Similarly, we have to do with the mental health illness. Okay, if we have a problem, we go and talk to the person, get the help, and get cured and move on. Okay, and don't let it hanging on because of your cultural belief or your traditional belief or social belief or anything. Okay, it's your health and you should take comments, you take in charge of your health. Okay, and don't stress about any financial job issues or anything. This too will pass. Everybody is suffering, everybody is on this. Okay, so anything else if you want to ask, always free to leave a comment and I will call you. And to all my international students, best of luck. Don't stress, this is temporary and we will get there, and you all will get your residency, which is your ultimate growth, and you will get educations that you deserve. And hopefully post COVID-19 the situation will change and the leadership will change, and the leadership will be more aware of creating more jobs in Western Australia, and hopefully we will have more jobs in WA, in Australia, in Western Australia, or in all over the Australia. So don't lose hope, keep tight, and all the best.